Do you remember this Wolves team? Now look at the current Wolves team. What happened to them? And why is this former Real Madrid manager leaving the club days before the first game of the season? Let's look back to the 2019-20 season, the high point of Wolverhampton Wanderers. During the 1920 season, Wolves showcased their abilities with key players like Ruben Neves, João Moutinho and Willy Bolly having a big influence in their team. The team achieved a sensational 7th place finish for the second season in a row since being promoted. Let's also not forget their journey to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League. Stats wise, they scored 49 goals and assisted 34, exceeding league expectations. Their fan favourites, Adama Traore and Raúl Jiménez, were tearing up the league, getting 36 goals and assist contributions between themselves. They were the most prolific partnership in the league that season, finding each other 10 times. So, things were looking great. What happened to that great Wolves team? Well, for starters, Nuno Espirito Santos, the maestro behind it all, left in 2021 to join Tottenham Hotspurs, creating a managerial vacuum that needed to be filled. Key players were sold the following seasons, including Conor Cody, Diogo Jota and Patricio. At the same time, the squad saw a significant change in its ideology, going from defensive stability to entertaining fans. Fast forward to the 22-23 season. New players emerged in the form of Craig Dawson, Kilman and Jose Sarr. They achieved a 14th place finish after being 20th in November. Stats wise, they only scored 28 goals and assisted only 12, the league's lowest for that season. New manager Lopetegui, who joined Wolves during the 22-23 season, claimed that this was his hardest challenge yet. Quite the statement from the ex-Real Madrid and Spain manager. So what happened to this team? Let's look deeper into the stats. During the 2019-20 season, Wolves showcased their attacking abilities with a total of 49 goals scored, aligning with the league average. However, what's particularly intriguing is their expected goals, which stood impressively at 54.1. This indicates that they were consistently creating high-quality scoring opportunities. Their goals to expected goals ratio did show a slight underperformance in converting these chances into goals, and their shots on target percentage wasn't the greatest at 31.1%. In contrast, the 22-23 season saw a significant decrease in Wolves' attacking output. They scored 28 goals, which was well below the league average of 52. Their expected goals for that season was only 36.8, indicating their struggle to generate high-quality goal-scoring opportunities. Their goals to expected goals ratio was -8.8, highlighting their inefficiency in converting chances into goals. Their shot on target percentage decreased to 29.1%, highlighting their inability to score the limited chances they get. Now, let's look at their assists. During the 2019-20 season, Wolves recorded 34 assists during that season, just one below the league average of 35. Their expected goals assisted was 37.1, which suggests that their playmaking was effective in creating scoring chances. However, Wolves managed just 12 assists during the 22-23 season, which was a notable drop compared to the years before. Their expected goals assisted also dropped to 25.4, indicating a decline in their effectiveness in creating goal-scoring opportunities. So, why aren't they making as many chances? Let's look at how often the Wolves players touches the ball in the final third. During the 2019-20 season, Wolves had 134.3 touches per 90 in the attacking third. Their involvement in the penalty area was just slightly below the league's average at around 20.5. In the 22-23 season, however, they had 130 touches in the attacking third. This is still similar to their 2019-20 numbers. However, their involvement in the penalty area decreased to 18.1, which was way below the league's average. They are simply not getting into the penalty box as much as before. We can also look at their average chance creation. Their shot shot creating action per 90 stood at 21.08, just above the league's average. Their goal creating action per 90 were also recorded at 2.18, which is around the league average. However, in the 22-23 season, their shot creating action decreased per 90 all the way down to 18.76. Their goal creating actions per 90 also decreased significantly to the lowest in the league with 1.16, reflecting in their inability to score as much goals. The stat that I would say that shows a lot is that in the 2019-20 season, Adama Traore created 31 shots from take-ons and 3 goals on his own. In the 22-23 season, however, the entire Wolves squad only created 30 shots from take-ons and just scored only 3 from take-ons. To put Wolves' dire situation into context, over the last 10 years, teams that scored 28 goals or fewer in a season have historically got relegated. The only exception to this was Huddersfield Town, who ended up getting relegated the following season. The main reason that Wolves stayed up last season was due to Lopetegui's magic. Prior to his arrival, in 15 matches, Wolves managed to get just 2 wins, 4 draws and 9 losses. Their points per match were significantly lower at 0.67. Had this trend continued over a full season, they would have gathered only 25 points, placing them level with Southampton. This means that they would likely have been relegated. Their win percentage during this period was just a mere 13%. Lopetegui's arrival shook things up in a big way. His intense passion and emotional drive took Wolves from 20th to 14th. Under Lopetegui's guidance, Wolves played 23 matches, winning 9, drawing 4 and losing 10. Their points per match stood at 1.34. Over a full season, this would have earned them 51 points. The team's win percentage during this period was much better at 39%. However, things were not all smooth sailing behind the scenes. Lopetegui's chat with a Spanish journalist showed that there were tensions bubbling under the surface. Wolves owner Jeff Shee made it clear that the club isn't on the market. Despite this, there are some obvious financial struggles that have come to light. The whole financial rules thing and the pursuit of players like Alex Scott, Aaron Cresswell and Nico Alvadi have raised some eyebrows and sparked conversations. Oddly enough, even though the club made it quite a bit of money selling players, their financial worries haven't magically disappeared. The numbers just don't quite add up, leaving people scratching their heads about what's going on. In the midst of these behind the scenes drama, Lopetegui decided to call it quits. It looks like a relationship that started off great but slowly soured. Trust issues about how much money was available for new players were at the heart of it. Promises of new signings that never materialized, leading to some major frustration. An interview that wasn't officially approved only added more tensions to an already rocky situation, and so Lopetegui's time at the helm has come to an end, leaving a gap that needs filling. That gap will be filled in by former Bournemouth manager Gary O'Neill. He is stepping into a situation full of challenges, hopes and full of unknowns. Gary O'Neill just had his first Premier League game for Wolves and lost to Manchester United. Wolves played very well, with players like Nunez and Cunha looking promising. However, their inability to finish chances came to haunt them again, with an XG of 2.49 versus United's 1.53. They should have scored at least 2 goals. This is something Gary O'Neill's team will have to improve upon. Otherwise, they will drop points in games that they should win, and ultimately, this can lead them to relegation. Thanks for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more football content.